Hola, everybody. This is Ray Flick, television beat writer for Bleeding Cool. Welcome back to our 42nd edition of the Weekly Static, and our second edition is an audio podcast. Thank you guys for the feedback from last week's episode. I really appreciate it, and we're going to start working some of your recommendations into episodes as they come up as we get to the second year, surprisingly, which we are only 10 episodes away from, which is shocking. But this week we're going to be taking a look at the networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, specifically what they have coming up for fall 2018 into 2019. Believe it or not, I know sometimes people forget about the networks because we're all going to cable, we're going to streaming, we're going to everything else, but the networks actually have some pretty good programming coming up this year. Some of that may not be the most original, some does seem like just variations of what they're currently doing, but there are just a lot of really good potential from what I've seen from the log lines and from the trailers we've gotten and everything like that. So we're going to get started. Not a top 5 format, still done out of love and respect for my spirit animal John Cusack, but we're just going to start right off with CBS and Magnum PI. Now I know for some people who love the series that might be a sacrilege, but I love what I'm seeing. There's a grandness to the show that I saw in the pilot that I hope they stick with, because if they're really going to go for that kind of hardcore action, that's a little different than even what CBS currently has on. Because I know people want to say, oh well, Hawaii Five-0. I'm getting a different vibe. Jay Hernandez, I think, is just a great acting presence. I'm glad to see him back on television. The idea of gender swapping his main caretaker, and I think the actress's name is Perdita Weeks, I think is a great touch too. I'm already liking the chemistry from what I'm seeing, and just the overall camaraderie of everybody on the show. It's pulled me in, so I definitely would say Magnum PI is one of the things that we're taking a look at here. Second, we've got the cool kids. You got Vicki Lawrence, you got David Alan Grier, Martin Mull, and Leslie Jordan. That is a killer lineup of older comedic actors, but who just are still so cutting edge and current and know what's going on that you can just going to get this really amazing mix. Plus, it's Fox, and it comes from the crew behind It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So that combination right there is a pedigree that earns a chance on my part. Again, total disclosure, I'm a big It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia fan, and you know about the AP Bio stuff. At least hopefully you know about my AP Bio stuff, because hopefully you're following it. So Cool Kids definitely makes our list too. For number 3, NBC, The Enemy Within. And I know people might hear this and go, oh, you mean, the Blacklist 2, the Blacklist gender swapped, whatever we want to have you. We can make that argument. I'm not ready to, I understand where it's coming from, but I'm not ready to make that judgment yet. And specifically because of Jennifer Carpenter. Loved her in Dexter, love her in pretty much anything she does, and putting her in this type of badass role is the type of role that she was meant to play. So this is one of those instances where Jennifer Carpenter earns the right to make this list just because she's Jennifer Carpenter. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to really seeing it, because I think, again, there are some interesting dynamics. I'd like to see them actually make her character be pretty much what we think she is. But again, a lot of variations. I hope they don't soften it, but a good start. And again, Jennifer Carpenter, if I haven't said that enough, that alone makes the cut. She's just quality acting across the board. We're looking at number 4, Manifest. And to be honest with you, I can't tell you anything more from the series other than the fact that it involves an airplane, it involves time missing, 5 years gone, a big overarching mythology. I'm missing something for Lost not being around, and I need one of those big, grandiose conspiracy theory type shows. And I know a lot of shows have tried in the past, and I know people are even rolling their eyes when I say Lost. I don't care. We need something like a Lost, and I'm holding on to Manifest as that. And I know there are a couple of other series too, but there's something about the trailer and what I've been reading up on it that makes me feel like this has a lot of serious potential. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that this will fill that gap, because I just need it. I need something that's going to have that whole, oh wow, water cooler moment that just... It doesn't get a lot of viewers, but the viewers they have are such a rabid fan base that you just get so caught up into it. So for number 4, I'm saying Manifest. I hold out a lot of hope. And 5th, and definitely not final, because I like to think personally we at the Weekly Static, and especially on the television side of Bleeding Cool, we've been championing Charmed, CW's reboot of the famous series starring Holly Marie Combs, Rose McGowan, Shannon Doherty, and who I know I'm forgetting somebody. Alyssa Milano. Yes, sorry. Wow, that would have righteously sucked. But I love first off, you can't argue with a series that has three strong Latino women in the main roles. That right there, I think, if it's not a first, it's just something great for us to really see. Beyond that, Charmed, I appreciate and love that people love the original series. I liked it too. I thought it was a very good series. I'm not as caught up into it as I believe a lot of other people have. But Charmed is one of those things that even at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily lend itself to not being redone. You know, that's the thing that the biggest argument I'm hearing, and in my issue with Holly Marie Combs, she can have issue with the way it was marketed and how she wants to interpret it, but going after the show so hard, you're not just going after the CW, you're going after the actresses, you're going after the crews and everybody else. So, and again, I can't help but shake this cynical feeling that everybody who was associated with the old show is going to be perfectly fine if they start getting a paycheck and the writers of the reboot find a way to somehow connect the old mythology to the new one. Look, the CW, if they've shown us anything, is they will play with alternate timelines and alternate dimensions and everything else. So there's definitely a way we can work with that. So everybody just chill on Charmed because it actually looks like a lot of fun and can be really cool. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. That's our 5. Magnum PI, The Cool Kids, The Enemy Within, Manifest, and Charmed. That is our top 5. If you have anything that you'd like to add, make sure you hit us up and let us know. If you think we're dead wrong, please let us know also. That's what we're all about here at the Weekly Static. But thank you guys for joining me. On behalf of Rocky, Bat-Murr, Trejo, and Margo Staten, I'm Ray Flick, television beat writer. Make sure to check out bleedingcool.com for all of your pop culture coverage. Take care, folks.